Hello, y'all. My name is Katie Mines, and I'll be providing you with the information needed to teach second grade students about photosynthesis. The next generation science standard that will be covered in this topic is planning and conducting investigation to determine if plants need sunlight and water to grow. The core idea being covered is the interdependent relationship in ecosystems, which is plants depend on water and light to grow. In order for second grade students to understand photosynthesis, they must first understand the different functions and parts of the plant. To begin, the roots are the part of the plant that absorbs water and minerals from the soil. For example, think about roots as being like a straw that sucks up the water from the ground, just like a person would use a straw to suck up water from a cup. Attached to the roots is the stem. The stem is like a continuation of the roots that carries the water to different parts of the plant. For example, remember the straw theory we talked about earlier on the previous slide? Well, the stem is just a continuation of the straw that carries the water to different parts of the plant, such as the leaves. The leaves are the part of the plant that absorbs sunlight. The leaves also absorb carbon dioxide. In addition, inside the leaves is where photosynthesis takes place. You see, the leaves are made of mesophilic cells that house chloroplast, and photosynthesis only occurs in the chloroplast. What this means is that the leaves of the plant is the only place where photosynthesis happens. How do plants make their food? Well, plants are autotrophs, which means they create their own food source. In order for plants to get the resources they need to make their own food, to grow, reproduce, and survive, they must have access to light from the sun, water from the ground, and carbon dioxide from the air. The plants use these three materials to create their food source through a process called photosynthesis. In order for photosynthesis to occur, three things must be collected, and these three things are water, carbon dioxide, and light energy from the sun. The roots absorb the water from the ground. Then the stem of the plant transports the water to different parts of the plant, such as the leaves. This water keeps the leaves healthy and hydrated in order for them to do their job. And the leaves are a very important part of the plant. The leaves are the part of the plant that absorbs carbon dioxide, and the leaves are also the part of the plant that collects the sun energy needed for photosynthesis. Once these three things are collected, the plant can then turn the water, the carbon dioxide, and light energy into glucose, which is otherwise known as sugar. And this sugar is the plant's food source, so that the plant can reproduce, repair itself, and continue to grow. As mentioned on the previous slide, the food that is created through photosynthesis is used to repair and help the plant to grow. But going into further detail of what photosynthesis really is and how it occurs, we're going to be looking at this graph right here. For students who are in second grade, they only really need to know the three main parts of photosynthesis. First, they need to know that the roots are the part of the plant that absorbs the water. This water is transferred through the plant, through the stem, and you can mention that it's also transferred through the branches, which are part of the stem. When the water is brought to the leaves through the branches and through the stem, the leaves are able to stay healthy and hydrated. When the leaves are healthy and hydrated, they don't wilt, they stay open. By them staying open, they are able to fully collect all the energy given off by the light from the sun. In addition, they're able to collect all the carbon dioxide needed for photosynthesis. So, in A little bit of a summary. The main parts of photosynthesis that second graders need to be taught is that the roots provide the plant with water, and the leaves provide the plant with the light energy and the carbon dioxide it needs to do the process of photosynthesis. While researching information on photosynthesis that should be taught to second graders, I came across a couple YouTube videos that I thought were useful. I'll be playing the first one, however, the second one is too long to be played during the video. So, if you're interested in learning more, feel free to check it out. As for the first video, here we go.
Flower stem, leaves and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Show me each part as you sing this tune. Flower stem, leaves and roots. The flower looks so beautiful and it makes the seeds that start a new plant. But the petals look pretty for a reason, you see. They attract pollinators like birds or bees. The stem is the part in the middle, and it moves water up to the rest of the plant. Through the stem, that water flows. It's like a straw. Watch it go. The leaves on a plant help it to breathe, and they make the air cleaner for you and me. Get set for a big wood. You ready for this? They make food for the plant through photosynthesis. The roots hold the plant down into the ground. Underneath in the soil is where they are found. They soak up water and minerals there. They absorb stuff with their little root hairs. Flower stem, leaves and roots. Each part of a plant has a job to do. Show me each part as you sing this tune. Flower stem, leaves and roots. The flower creates the seeds. Pretend you're a flower with me. The stem is like a straw. Pretend you're a stem, real tall. Leaves, they make the food. Now pretend you're doing photosynthesis, all of you. The roots anchor the plant. Hold it down tight like I know you can. Flower stem, leaves and roots. Each part of a plant has a job.
Even though I know that the song is not the most educational one on the internet, I feel as though it will really help the students just to interact and become engaged. Without water and sunlight, plants do not do well. One of the first things you notice is that the plant will start to wither. If the plant continues to not get the water and sunlight it needs, you will start to notice that along with the leaves wilting, they will also be turning a yellowish color and will start to become brittle with a crunchy texture. This is not a good sign for the plant at all. Finally, if the plant still does not get the water or sunlight it needs, it will completely turn brown and the leaves will be very brittle. Normally, they tend to crunch or break on contact. Now, after explaining all the information, there are some common misconceptions that I would like to expose you to. First of all, some students believe that photosynthesis takes place throughout the entire plant. However, this is false. If you remember earlier, photosynthesis primarily takes place in the mesophyll. Mesophyll are cells found inside the plant's leaves. The mesophilic cells house the chloroplast, and it is within the chloroplast where photosynthesis occurs. Thus, since chloroplast is only found in the mesophilic cells in the leaves, photosynthesis only occurs in the leaves and nowhere else in the plant. Another common misconception that I have encountered is that some students think pollination is part of photosynthesis. However, this is false. Yes, healthy plants that are striving due to photosynthesis are able to reproduce, but this pollination does not have anything to do with photosynthesis. Yes, a plant has to first be pollinated to grow, but without the water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide needed for photosynthesis, the plant would never grow. Pollination is more like the start of a plant's life. Or to think about it, pollination is like when people plant seeds. Yes, the seed can be planted or the plant can be pollinated, but this process of planting and pollination does not cause the plant to grow. Only photosynthesis causes the plant to grow. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to get extra information about photosynthesis, here is a list of resources I have used. So if you want to go back and take some time to read the articles on your own, feel free to. Thank you once again for watching.